So I will present about risk management framework for CIMB Group. The risk management framework that CIMB Group is using is enterprise-wide risk management, which is EWRM framework. It is a standardized approach to effectively manage our risks and opportunities, and EWRM framework is used by the board and management to anticipate and manage both the existing and potential risk for them to evaluate their risk in their daily operations. And the structure includes an ongoing procedures of recognizing, surveying, controlling, checking, and also reporting material risk influencing the accomplishment of CIMB Group's vital business targets. So the next one is risk appetite. The risk appetite of CIMB Group is characterized as the sum and sort of dangers that the group is capable and willing to acknowledge in quest for its vital and business targets. Next one is risk management process. For CIMB Group, they have 4 risk management process, which includes business planning, risk identification, measure and assess, and manage and control. For business planning process, it includes setting frameworks for risk appetite, risk posture, and new product or new business activities. For risk identification, risks are systematically identified through the robust application of CIMB Group's risk framework, policies, and procedures. For measure and assess, risks are measured and aggregated using CIMB Group's wide methodologies across each of the risk types. For manage and control, control and limits are used to manage risk exposure within the risk appetite set by the bank. Okay, the second question is to examine the 3 lines of defense of CIMB Group. The first line of defense is line management, including counting all business units and units which undertake customer confronting exercises. It is fundamentally responsible for risk management on everyday premise by taking proper action to mitigate risk throughout the effective control of CIMB Group. The second line of defense gives oversight function, performs independent monitoring of business activities and reporting to the management to guarantee that the CIMB Group is directing business and working inside the expected risk appetite of the group. And the third line of defense is GIAD, who provides independent assurance on the adequacy and effectiveness of the internal controls and risk management process.
I shall talk about the functions of the board of directors and what they do for CIMB Group. So I decided to split them into 2, fiduciary and oversight. Fiduciary consists of all the responsibilities which is done by the board, which in I would say legal wise and everything that has to do with law, and oversight is everything in general. So let's start with fiduciary number 1, which is relating to the Islamic banking and finance business of the bank and its subsidiaries that it has management control. So everything the board has power over all the Islamic banking and finance of Islamic banking, and all decisions made by the bank has to go to the board. That is the first one. The second is operates on the authority as delegated and empowered to it, which means they delegated and allocated all the work that should be done, and that is how they make their jobs easier. Everyone should be only doing what they are supposed to do, which is they help each other out. And the third one is be subordinated to the decision of the Sharia Advisory Council of the relevant Malaysian financial regulators. Okay, the third one, which is very important for Islamic banks, all the rules and regulations set by the Sharia Advisory Council, they have to follow and they have to obey every single one of it, and they cannot go against them. Okay, now that is all for fiduciary. And the second one is oversight, which is the board's responsibility in general. The first one, they are responsible for the oversight of Sharia matters. So every time a new law comes out, a new Sharia law comes out for Islamic banking, the board is responsible to oversee everything and make sure everything is in place and make sure the bank works as how it is should be working, which is 100% Sharia compliant. And the board is responsible to make sure of that. That is the first one. Second, discussing relating business. Relating business means everything related to Sharia business will be supervised by the board. Even sometimes the board make very big decisions, and even if the board says no, but all the other members says yes, it's still a no. But if it is a no amongst the board, they will start a second and third meeting until they can come up with the final decision. Now we'll move on to the next questions in how CIMB Bank they mitigate risk when it comes to murabaha financing. So when CIMB they give out murabaha financing, there's a lot of risks that they have to take. For example, loan defaults and also they don't want the profit rate to be too high for the customers. So number one, the salary perceived unsuccessful benefit rate permits, which means they only put up profit rate and make sure that the clients are capable of buying it till the end of the term, which is too high and it goes perfectly with their salary. Secondly, murabaha will be made straightforward and settled, which means it is made straightforward. There are no hidden fees, and there are also everything is stated clearly at the starting of the contract.
Next, I'm going to present about the return on the mudarabah deposit and also the return on the equity for the fifth question. For the ROMD, this is the formula how we can calculate the ROMD. And what does ROMD represent? It represents the ability of the partnership investment that has been done by the bank to generate more net income for the bank. And this is the calculation for the ROMD for CIMB Bank that we have done in 2016 and also 2017. And here you can see that for the ROMD in 2016, the ROMD is more than 500% return on the net income for CIMB Bank. Meanwhile, for the 2017, we can see the increasing pattern where the return on the net income for CIMB Bank is more than 700%. Okay, next, I'll move on to the net return on the equity for CIMB Bank. This is the formula how you can calculate the ROE, whereby the net income attributable to the common shares. You can get this from getting the net income minus the preferred share and then divided by the total equity. Okay, so what does ROE shows? ROE is a profitability indicator to show the net income that the company can generate by using the total equity by that company. And here is the calculation for the ROE for CIMB Bank. Here is for 2016 and here is for 2017. In 2016, the ROE is 7.79%. Meanwhile, for 2017, the ROE is 13.3%. And we can conclude here is where the ROE for CIMB Bank in 2017 is better than 2016, which means that their total equity is giving more net income to them in order for them to get more profit for the company. Okay, next let's move on to the sixth question. This is regarding securities trading asset. What is STA? STA is the asset, for example, the security or the stock belong to the bank, and the bank will use that to trade it in the market in order for them to generate more income from that, more profit. Okay, for the STA, how we can calculate is by get the financial asset held for trading. You can get it in the balance sheet and then divide it by the total asset. And this shows the capacity of the financial asset for the trading purposes from the total asset, how the trading asset can give benefit to the company. And this is the calculation in 2016 and also 2017. For 2016, the STA is 2.1%, meanwhile for 2017, only 3.78%. So we can see here that in 2017, the doing very well compared to 2016. And lastly, I'm going to present about the income gap analysis. The income gap analysis is whereby we will examine the difference between the asset and also the liability of the bank. And here is how we can calculate it by getting the variable rate asset or VRA minus the variable rate deposits VRD. Actually, VRA is the financing that the bank give to the customer, while VRD is the deposit, which means the liability of the bank, whereby when the customer put their money in the bank will use the money or will keep the company the money. Hence, it is considered as a liability to the bank. And this is the calculation for the CIMB bank in 2016 and also 2017. It comes out that in these 2 years, 2016 and 2017, the calculation is the answer is positive, which means that the amount of the asset of the CIMB bank is more than the amount of the liabilities of the bank. Hence, it is a very good indicator whereby the company is able to get more asset compared to the liability, which might incur them to incur losses if they have more liabilities compared to the asset in their company. And income gap analysis is actually affected by liquidity and risk, and also the market risk, which is the interest rate risk. The interest rate risk is when there is difference in the fixed and also variable risk for the deposit and also financing that can influence the asset and also the liability of the bank.
Okay, I will continue present about question number 8, the use and purpose of derivative in bank. Okay, the first use of derivative in bank is to hedge against the risk. How the bank can hedge the risk using the derivative? The derivative help the bank to lower the probability of default, and then the bank also use credit derivative to improve their management of credit risk. And then the second use and purpose of derivative to the bank is for trading purpose. The derivative for trading purpose, revenue generated by trading activity drive bank to provide financial derivative to the small banks and non-financial institution. The benefit of providing financial derivative product that related service and make good of use it. Revenue come from generate fee income and stronger from the customer relationship. If used for hedging purpose, financial derivative can prevent financial distress for bank customer, increasing the stability of the bank revenue. Okay, for question number 9, about shifting of funding into deposit and investment funds. Before IFSA 2013, the deposit and investment funds be into one account, in the same account, which they use the contract of Wadiah, CAD and Mudarabah. But after IFSA 2013, they separate deposit funds and investment funds, which means the deposit funds they use the contract of Wadiah and CAD, while the investment funds they use the contract of Mudarabah, Wakalah and Musyarakah. Okay, before this, deposit and investment funds will cover by PIDM up until 250,000 ringgit. But after the IFSA 2013, only the deposit fund will be covered under PIDM and the investment fund will not be covered under PIDM. Why investment fund will not cover under PIDM is because investment have they will gain profit in the future. So when they have a profit, there will be a risk. So the PIDM will not cover their funds. Okay, they have 3 categories of mudarabah under investment funds. First is a low risk, second medium risk, and third is high risk. For the lower risk, this is usually for the short-term investment, and they are suitable for the person who don't want to take any big losses. And then but the return they will get also low. For the medium risk, they will get only maybe medium, not too high and not too low. And then for high risk, this is investment that's suitable for the person who really want to get high return, and they can bear with the high risk. And then there is the main reason why they separate deposit and investment. Usually for deposit, the customer doesn't have right to give instruction to the bank where they can invest the money. But for the investment, the customer have the right to the bank to give a specific project that they want. Like in mudarabah, we have to type restricted mudarabah and unrestricted mudarabah. So the customer have a right to tell the bank that they only want bank to invest in the restricted mudarabah or unrestricted mudarabah. They will give a specific project that they want.
Basically, the objective of this first presentation was to calculate the RWA, so it is the breakdown of risk-weighted asset. But fortunately, in the annual report, the risk-weighted was already calculated for us. So we just went straight to the annual report and collected the RWA. So here, the credit risk in 2007 was 27,472,260. These figures were already found in the annual report, so we do not necessarily calculate it because it was found in the annual report. So this one also was given, which is 2016. So in comparison, we could see that the credit risk in December is way more than the credit risk in 2016. Going down to the market risk also, we could see the difference in the figures. In 2017, the credit risk figure is higher than the credit risk figure in 2016. So in 2017 again, the operational risk is higher than 2016. So we could see that in 2017, in all these risks, there was increase in the RWA. Now, like I previously said in the previous question, we were supposed to calculate the RWA, but fortunately the RWA was already on the annual report. But now, in this question, what we need to do is to calculate the capital allocation. Capital allocation is basically like how much capital is allocated or how much capital should be given out. So now, how do we calculate that? So this CAR, capital allocation rate, is already given, so which is 8%. So 8%, so the RC, the capital that will be given out is RC is equals to 0.08 times RWA. So since we've already known the RWA of these risks, these three types of risks, which is the credit risk, the market risk, and the operational risk. So now, how do we calculate that? Say 0.08 multiplied by the RWA of the credit risk. This RWA could be found in the previous slides. The market risk, the same thing. Operational risk, we follow the same procedure. So you'll end up having 2,199,380 for credit risk. For market risk, you have 50 million, and for operational risk, you have 189,000. So basically, these are amount of money that are allocated for this particular risk. But now, how does this allocation comes from? This comes from the Basel. Basel committee says that every bank that is operating internationally has to have or maintain a certain amount of capital allocation. So this capital allocation is done so that the risks can be minimized. The credit risk will be minimized, the market risk will be minimized, the operational risk will be. This was the main objective of allocating these aids, to minimize the risk. Like I previously said, we've calculated the RWA and the RC. So now we are going to the sectorial allocation of RWA and the relationship it has with banking. So now, firstly, risk-weighted assets are used to determine the amount of capital that must be held by banks. Like I previously said, this is an amount that is held by the bank or held by the banks to reduce the risk of insolvency. So the capital requirement is based on the risk assessment for each type of bank asset. Like banks have different kind of assets. So now the capital requirement is there to assess each type of bank asset. So that's all from